Trouble in Tennessee. Hello everyone, I'm Ray Crawford. Men's basketball coach Donnie Tyndall waits while the NCAA continues its look into rules violations while he was the head coach at Southern Miss. Mark Nagi is our Tennessee insider and is here with the latest from Knoxville. So, Mark, Southern Miss announced a self-imposed sanction and will not play this postseason. Is Tennessee going to now feel forced to do something?
Well, if they are, they're not really saying anything publicly, and that's pretty much what they've been doing since back in November when the news first broke that the NCAA was investigating. Tennessee Athletic Director Dave Hart and certainly Tennessee basketball coach Donnie Tyndall have been asked about this time and time again, and all the time they're saying the exact same thing, that they're cooperating with the NCAA investigation 100%. But then other than that, that's as much comment as they have. But you have to wonder how nervous they're getting, especially because this isn't Donnie Tyndall's first time being under the NCAA microscope. Back when he was the head coach at Morehead State, they were put on 2 years probation. And if the NCAA looks at Tyndall as a repeat offender, then they certainly could throw the book at him.
Mark, as you know, we've seen this before. The NCAA will follow a coach to his next stop and impose penalties to that coach and his current school. So if that happens, is Tennessee, do you believe, willing to stand behind Tyndall?
It really depends on what the level of these penalties would be. If it was perhaps the loss of a scholarship or some limitations on what he'd be able to do as far as recruiting is concerned, Tennessee might ride the storm out. But if we're talking about something like a show cause penalty like Bruce Pearl had to deal with, then I can't imagine that Dave Hart would keep him around. It would also allow Hart to dismiss Tyndall with cause. And that means that he wouldn't be on the hook for the rest of his 6 years, this 6-year contract, and he is only in year 1 of that contract.
So as you pointed out, they've been dealing with this for a couple of months there in Knoxville. What's the feeling, though, in the atmosphere among the fan base and the players?
Well, as far as the fans are concerned, they really like Donnie Tyndall, and they're very supportive of him. But, they don't want to have their heart broken again. I mean, this is something that they dealt with with Bruce Pearl when his 6th and final season at Tennessee. There was kind of this dark cloud over that team the entire year as they kept waiting for the NCAA to rule. So the fans are optimistic and they really like Tyndall, but they're scared of what is to come. As far as the players are concerned, there are a few holdovers from Conzo Martin's last team at Tennessee, but so many of these guys are new. This is all that they know. And if there are any distractions because of the NCAA investigation, we have not seen that from Tennessee's players. They've not seemed to be distracted. They're playing well above what the expectations were for this team, and they've been doing a great job of staying away from all the NCAA talk.
Yeah, you mentioned to this point, but now with these new revelations out of Southern Miss and now a new spotlight shining on the Tennessee program here with these self-imposed sanctions, do you think this could affect their play and specifically against Texas A&M tomorrow?
Well, the news from Southern Miss broke the other day shortly before they played their game at South Carolina, and Tennessee played very well and ended up winning that game. As for this Texas A&M game coming up on Saturday afternoon, it's a key game for Tennessee. And for Texas A&M as well. It's kind of one of those early NCAA bubble games with both teams having 5 losses, both teams among the top 4 or 5 teams in the SEC. Certainly motivation for both teams. In Tennessee, I know their players are happy to be playing back at home at Thompson-Boling Arena.
All right, certainly a wait-and-see moment right now in Knoxville. Mark, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Coach K's countdown to 1K for the most complete coverage and analysis leading up to and including Mike Krzyzewski's historic milestone. Browse around the site, CampusInsiders.com.